Using the Google Font API to embed some custom fonts into my page is definitely one of the easiest methods I found. Probably one of the main reasons is because as soon as I found it, I didn't really have to do anything. 5 minutes after finding it, I'm already using it because I didn't sign up for anything. It's just everything's laid out really easy for me to use. So obviously the first thing you want to do when you get to the Google font directory, here's the link to it, or you could just Google Font API and it'll be the first hit over there. Find a font you want. Now obviously they have some character ranges over here. Actually this would be one of my better choices for my Russian-esque font choice. And find whatever you're looking for. Again, it's a bit limited, but you should find something, or hopefully you do. Hopefully by the time you see this it'll be maybe even bigger, the library. I think, I kind of like this one. This one was one of definitely my front runners, but I guess potentially, you know what? Philosopher. I kind of like, that looks good. So I'm going to use Philosopher for this one. Here I go, I click on Philosopher. It shows me some options for it. Are there any variants to it? I should note that some of these have variants, meaning they have like font weight variants, like a bold, a light, that kind of thing. Which, you know what? Which actually brings me to an interesting point. I've used one before that I know has variants, so let me show you how to use that, because then at least I could show you some of the more advanced ways to work with this. Okay, so there's PT Sans. Now that's not Russian enough for me. This almost looks it. And I see over here that it says 4 variants, and that's one of the things I want to show you how to use. So I click the font. I kind of see what it has. It gives me an example of it. Here are the variants. So I think this is like extra light. This is all that good stuff. And I'm going to say I'm going to use 2 of these. I'm going to use regular for my header, and then I'm going to change everything else to the extra light. I'm not really going to do this for my final product, but actually I don't know. I haven't even seen what it looks like. But I don't have to download anything because because I don't want it locally. I'm just going to use Google to host this all for me, right? So the last tab to the right says use this font, and if you pick the font that has variants, you see you have some options: extra light, light, regular, and bold. Now only select the ones you use, because otherwise it's just going to be extra time that it's going to be loaded into your page, right? So I'm going to use actually let me use light and bold, and I'll get rid of the regular just for demonstration purposes. And I'm like 90% done, because now all I need to do, now that I picked my font and I picked the variants, all I need to do right here is copy this into my document, into my HTML, and then add in my font family, just specify the name, and it's just going to work. I mean, it's just, that's what I'm saying, it's literally that easy. Let's see, I'll put this font declaration in here, and I'll save it. Now let me go back to the page, and I'm going to stick this font family into where I have it. Where's my H1? Down here in my type. Okay. Now prepare to be dazzled with my new fancy font. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? And then, obviously the most important thing is does this jive in all browsers, because that's the main thing you're always concerned about. Let's see what it looks like in Internet Explorer. There it is. Slightly different. I mean, but that's just kind of the rendering. Mind you, my virtual machine is XP, because I like to keep it light, but for the most part it's the same. So what if we were to, okay, so now we're using one of the font variants, but we have 2 of them, right? We have regular and bold. So I'm going to also set this font family in my paragraph text, and I want to show you how you can, well actually I don't have, yeah I do. Let me just go, what is it? information P. I may even take P out over there. Let's just see that this is working. It's going to load up here. All right. Now see, that actually, well, that's horrendous, but that's actually the font that I want. Let me change the font size a little bit to make it easier for you to see. 1.5 EMs. Let's see what that does for us. Okay. Yeah, definitely going to need some line height on that, but you see that it's working. Now, if you chose two variants like I did, I basically, in my example, what did I choose? I chose bold and light. Well, how do you differentiate between the two? Because if you look at the link, you see that it's actually loading both of them up in there. This is its API. This is what it means. It's from this URL. You've seen this before, right? It has the question mark, and then it's actually calling what you're looking for over there. You want to, here's how you actually set the variant for each one of them. If you go to your CSS panel, you'll see that you have font weight, and you have normal, bold, bolder, and lighter. Well, so I chose, which one am I doing? I'll do bold for this one. I'll hit apply. And then, let's see, for my information, I'll go lighter. And that should, yeah, there we go. Whoops. And that's actually what's going to define the different variants that you selected. See, here's the bold one, and here's the regular, which kind of already did. But again, if we were to, just to show you that it works, if I put font weight, or here, let me just change font weight to bold down for the information, those should all get thicker. Obviously bold, right? There you go. Okay, and that's actually fonts that it's rendering for you. So play around, find something you like, and enjoy this very, very simple way of changing your font without having to jump through any hoops, really. Thank you to the Google Font API.